Hi ladies, this is my card for today. This is a card that I made using the Sentimentals Cricut cartridge, and on the inside of this card it says, "I'll always love you." And so let's get started and I'll show you how I made it. Okay, so this is the standard A2 card. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and my two mats are 4 inches by 5 1/4 and 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to stick those down first. Okay, so there's the base of our card, and again I used the Sentimentals cartridge to cut out the owl. There he is, right there on front. And in your manual on page 48 is where he is, and I cut my base owl out at 3 inches. Here he is, 3 inches, and he's right there. And then the shift key cuts out the little envelope that he's holding in his mouth and his eyes. The layer key cuts out his I guess feathers around his eyes and the perch that he's sitting on. And then the shift key to that layer cuts out his beak, his inside of his eyes, and his little feet. And then I used the shadow key to cut out a cream shadow that matched the background of my paper. Okay, so let's put them together. Okay, so again, everything was cut out at 3 inches. And there's lots of layering on this one. Lots of trial and error to get all my colors the way I wanted, but I think he turned out pretty cute. Okay, so now he's on the layer, and we're going to do his eyes next. Okay, so there's his eyes, or his eyes. And then I'm going to put the little yellow parts on. And I pre-inked all of these. I like to ink around the edges of all of my pieces with either coordinating inks or a brown or a tan ink. Gives it a little bit more character. Here's the inset to the eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to put the little blue centers on his eyes. Like that. And he has his eyes on. And I'm going to put his perch on. Did I do it right? Uh-oh, I got glue on the wrong side. Oh, that's alright, I got it where his foot is going to be. That was lucky. Okay, so now he has his perch, and I'm going to put his little tiny, he has little tiny feet that go on next. And then his beak. Oops. I put the glue on the wrong side. Oh, I always do this. Or not always, I did it the last time too. I need to stick the little envelope on first because the beak is holding the envelope and it has to be put on top of the envelope. So put the envelope on, like that, and then the beak. Okay, so I had to put the envelope on first because the beak is holding the envelope and the beak goes on top of it. Let's put on top. Okay, so there's our little owl. He turned out really cute. Okay, so I'm going to put foam tape on the back of him, and I'll be right back. Okay, so my owl is finished, and I put foam tape on the back of him, and I'm going to center him on the front of the card. Okay, there he is. Very cute. Okay, and then I'm going to do the inside of my card, and this is cut at 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, the mat, and then the white cardstock was cut at 3 by 4 1/4, and I printed with my computer, "I will always love you." And I'm going to center that, the white on the blue, like that. And then I'm just going to put this on the inside of my card, and we'll be done. Okay, just like that. Turned out pretty cute. So thanks for watching, ladies. I'll see you next time. Bye.